If in these latter years of our life lived in pursuit of equality, we can at least look upon our own country as one in which citizens, regardless of race, gender or creed, share equal political rights and opportunities for development. We do so with great gratitude towards the millions and millions all around the world, the citizens who look and share equal political opportunities and who are materially and morally supporting the struggle for freedom and justice. Together with those freedom and justice loving citizens all around the world, we do so with a great century, a century in which humanity entered with such high hopes for progress. The world is still beset by great disparities between the rich and the poor, and between different countries all around the world. If in individual life we all may reach that part of the long walk where the opportunity is granted to retire to some rest and tranquility, for humanity, the walk to freedom and equality seems alas still to be a long one ahead. The greatest single challenge facing our globalized world is to combat and eradicate its disparities. And when the world is having progress being made in entrenching forms of democracy, this will bring empty shells if the company and the reality of the real and tangible improvements are made in the material lives of the millions of ordinary citizens all around the world, where men and children and women go burdened with hunger, suffering from lateral diseases, languishing in preventable ignorance and illiteracy, or finding themselves bereft of decent shelter. This rings hollow and erode confidence in exactly of the values that we seek to promote. Hence, our universal obligation towards the building of a world in which there shall be greater equality amongst the nations and amongst the citizens of the nations. The disparity between the developed and the developing world, between the North and the South, reflects itself also in the sphere of education and intellectual resources. When in Africa we speak and dream of and work for a rebirth of that continent as a full participant in the affairs of the world in the next century, we are deeply conscious of how dependent that is on the mobilization and the strengthening of the continent's resources of learning. The current world financial crisis also starkly reminds us that many of the concepts that guided our sense of how the world and its affairs are best ordered have suddenly been shown to be wanting. They are seen to have real structural defects in the economic system. The precepts of the economic theorists who could so confidently prescribe to all now appear to have drawn much of their apparent intellectual interest of the powerful. Not only does this crisis call for fundamental rethinking and reconceptualization, and intellectuals of the developing world to sharpen their skills and analysis, and for a genuine partnership between those of the North and of the South in helping shaping a world order that answers to the shared needs of the common people and not just the richest. There are many names that this has helped in acquiring in such a format. Now, in Africa, I am confident that this will also strengthen and build your own understanding of the world that we live in and your capacity to analyze that the reality as part of our shared world. Long live the great nation Long live the great Africa.